Entitlement.
Hello,
It may
everybody.
not be one of the 7 deadly sins, but it places people
Let's get rid of that.
angry behaviours.
Thank you very much for being here, Autumn Fools. I've been waiting to catch you. I'm so glad you're here. Dee, I'm so glad you're here as well. You say I'm heartbroken by Her Majesty's passing. Yeah, I actually didn't think that I would be upset. I haven't really been a I don't know, excited person about the monarchy. Although we are part of the Commonwealth, so she is our queen. So yeah, I'm surprised that I'm feeling a little sad, to be honest. But thank you for joining us. We have got so much going on today. We're going to look at the Kelly Rodney case very briefly. We are going to look at the Eliza Fletcher case. We're going to have a chat about that. There's other stuff in the news going on over there that we're going to talk about as well. And then right at the end, we're going to have this magic wheel that I'm going to spin. Now, the aim of the wheel is we're going to add places onto it. Like at the moment, I've got the 50 states of the US, but we can add to it. We're going to spin the wheel at the end and see which cold case I cover from which place next live stream. So for example, if I spin it and it goes on, at the moment it's stuck on Illinois, then I'm going to look into Illinois cold cases and cover one of those. So I thought it would be something interesting to do, like something a bit different. So yeah, we've got lots to cover. Autumn says, sadly, no update about Saskatchewan's shooting yet. No idea about motive and whatnot. Yeah, I've got an article to read about that. So put myself back. Thanks, glad to be here. My grandmother was a huge royalist. The Queen was a huge bond for my nan and I. Oh, bless. That's so cool. Seeing the outpouring of grief and everything over in the UK has been crazy. People are going crazy, and they're also going crazy for King Charles. Obviously, they want to support him, and they're celebrating him now that he's the king. I think it's wonderful. Yeah. So I want to start with the Kylie Rodney case because that seems to be what people want to talk about. So I'm going to read an article and hopefully it will catch us up on the things that have been going on lately. So we're looking at thesun.com. Last moment's harrowing update on Kylie Rodney death as Web Sleuth claims to find her laptop and belongings in Prosser Reservoir. Hey, Miss Enigma. I'm here watching, but I'm resting in bed for chronic pain, so holding the phone to type hurts. Love the wheel idea. I have chronic pain. I understand exactly what you're going through. So rest up. But thank you for watching. Okay, a web sleuth has claimed to have found Kylie Rodney's laptop and belongings in Prosser Creek Reservoir where her car and body were discovered. The 16-year-old went missing around 12:30 on August 6 near a campground in Truckee, California, following a wild end-of-school party with friends. Isn't she just beautiful? That photo is just lovely. Local authorities and the FBI spent around 2 weeks searching for Kylie, but didn't find a single clue before a volunteer dive team, Adventures with Purpose, located her car within hours. Heart-wrenching footage later posted to YouTube showed the team discovering her submerged vehicle and announcing that Kylie's body was in the back of the car. Her family was initially stunned and asked how law enforcement could have missed the car, and now they have been criticised again for not retrieving her belongings. A sleuth running an account called Check It TV, which I hope is in the description box below with all the stuff we look at today, all the sources, including Check It TV, claims to have made the discovery while out rowing in the reservoir and dived down to retrieve the items. A spokesman for Nevada County Sheriff's told the US Sun, I can confirm our officers contact the individual claiming to have recovered some of Kylie's property, and we have taken possession of those items. They added, I cannot at this point say whether the property belonged to Kylie or not. Photographs obtained by the US Sun show the silver Apple Mac laptop covered in stickers, including one which reads, drugs are bad, and another declaring virginity rocks. We'll see that picture in a moment. The US Sun reached out to Check It TV, who said Kylie's belongings were confirmed by her grandpa, who was grateful for their help. Kylie's family is currently not commenting publicly on the case amid a police investigation, but it's unlikely her laptop still works after weeks spent underwater. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. Oh, it's good to have you back. Okay. In a bizarre video posted to YouTube, the man behind the true crime channel told followers that police had initially refused to show up to retrieve the items, and he reached out to others to locate her family. He then allegedly spoke to Kylie's grandfather and her friends and told them what he had discovered while out on the water, and they came out to meet him. The owner of the channel, who wished not to be named, told The Sun he didn't blame law enforcement for missing the items, saying, "I think the police are doing a great job." When they were here, the water levels were much higher back then. Today, they are much lower due to a dry winter causing Lake Tahoe to be low, and they have to draw from the other reservoirs. Asked how he felt to have located the laptop and other belongings, he added, "This is one of the most rewarding experiences in being able to help the Rodney family." The items retrieved from the lake also included a duffel bag, hairbrush, charge cord, and gift box, which were noted down by police before they left the scene. And we're going to go into the police investigation in a moment, because there's a lot of a lot of people think that they've dropped the ball. Obviously, the police have dropped the ball, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Autumn, I've got a headache. Oh, I hate headaches. I've got a bit of one too. Hi, Nimba. I hope you feel better soon. So do I. Right. Well, we're also going to take a look at. We're going to take a bit of a look at the royal family and what's going on over there. We're also going to have a look at the Memphis shooting. We're going to take a look at that. We've got a few things going on. Let's take a quick look at New Zealand Mysteries and see what's happening on our Facebook page. So for New Zealand, we've got a missing person here. Have you seen Andrew Robinson? Andrew, 35, was last seen in the Hamilton area early tonight. So this is Christchurch or Canterbury. He was wearing a black long sleeve sports top, a dark blue leather jacket, and dark blue pants and white trainers. Andrew is known to go frequent the Wigram area. He has slightly longer hair than pictured, which is wavy and slight beard. Police and family are concerned for his welfare. So I'll have all the information below if you think you have seen Andrew. I've also posted the cold case of David Robertson on the Facebook page. Now, this was really early when I did my videos, so they're pretty crap, really. But they still need to be told. This guy is missing as well. And again, this is Canterbury. Have you seen O'Shea? O'Shea is 16 years old and has been missing from his home in Woolston, Christchurch since Wednesday, 3rd of September. He was last seen wearing green pants, a black hoodie, and maroon Raiders cap. Police and his family are concerned for his well-being and would like to see him return home. So file numbers there and where you can, what you can call. And also we have from the North Shore, Rodney and West Auckland Police. Police are appealing for sightings of 14-year-old Serenity. Serenity was reported missing on Friday, 2nd of September from her home in Unsworth Heights on the North Shore. Police continue to conduct inquiries and believe Serenity may be associating with people known to her in the South Auckland area. Given her age, which is 14, which is really young, police and her family are concerned for her well-being and would like to locate her so we can speak with her. Again, it has the file number and all that stuff. Autumn Fall says, look, I'm still a mod. So, Autumn, you've missed a couple of the live streams, and I made an announcement about mods. And I decided that the original OGs to the channel are all going to be mods, and then that's it. And then it's like a nice little family that we have right from the beginning. And people know what is, and the mods here know what is expected of them as well. Well, you know, my rules and stuff like that. So awesome. Please go to my Facebook page and like or follow it or whatever you have to do, because it's really good for information. going back to the police investigation with Kylie Rodney. Still, we're at the Sun. Nevada County Sheriff's Office, or no, sheriffs, previously said they may not release the cause of death after Kylie's body was found due to their ongoing investigation. Many have suspected someone else may have been involved, but police are yet to confirm they feel her death involved foul play. In a statement, police told the US Sun the sheriff's office does have possession of records responsive to your request. It should be noted, however, that the investigation is not complete and is considered ongoing at this time. Once the investigation is complete, the release will be pursuant to all privileges and/or exceptions that may apply. We expect the investigation, review, and redaction processes to be completed by November 1st, 2022. They added that if the records are still not available in 2 months, they will further advise the media of a new date that when the investigation is complete and the records are ready for release. I messed that one up. Hey, Wyoming, awesome to see you. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. They added death investigations have varying investigative time components depending on the circumstances surrounding the investigation. It's not uncommon for final coroner reports to take 2 to 3 months to be ready for public release. Kylie's family has revealed there will be a local celebration of life ceremony which will take place on September 10, and there are no current details on her funeral. I know that there was some YouTubers streaming Kylie's funeral, and I had a wee look, and I don't know, I just felt a bit intrusive, to be honest, that someone was recording it and beaming it to YouTube. I don't know, I just found it a bit wrong, a bit invasive. And I'm not saying that the YouTubers are bad or whatever. I'm just saying that it just felt to me a little intrusive. I think the family deserved to say goodbye to Kylie in a private way. Because we know in this stream we don't bash families or victims. But if I put this back on screen, somehow just lost my mouse. So this is the laptop, and it looks pretty buggered, to be honest. So I don't think they're going to get much out of that for being in the water. I mean, the big thing here is, why the hell was this stuff left? Police should have taken this stuff. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they didn't see the car and then they didn't retrieve this stuff, they're just dropping the ball. It's terrible. And a couple of pictures there. So it's very, very sad. Very, very sad. And I think AWP, Adventures with Purpose, are amazing. I don't know how I feel about them going all over YouTube, and because they've been to many, many channels. And I don't know how I feel about AWP going on to all these channels. It's just while an investigation is going, I think it's not good for an investigation for witnesses. But that's my. I still think AWP is amazing, because if it wasn't for them, she wouldn't be found. So, I still think they're amazing. Wyoming says, I know it's crazy the police didn't get her things. It's weird. Where were her things again? They were in the reservoir where her car was found. So when the car got taken out, the stuff must have fallen out of the car and it was left there, Autumn. Yeah, that's kind of weird. One thing I did say too, if there's a message or something in chat that I need to see, or that you're trying to get my attention, can you put a Z at the front before you just so I know that it's one that I have to see. Wyoming says, leave it to America to mess things up. Oh, look, I cover a lot of cases where law enforcement dropped the ball, a lot of cases. In New Zealand, I cover a lot of cases. And if you are new to my channel, go and have a look at all my videos that I do on cold cases in New Zealand. Police fuck up all the time. In New Zealand, in the US, everywhere, they just do. But with all the times police drop the ball, there's hundreds of thousands of times where police don't, and they do amazing work. And if I was in trouble, the first place I'm going to call is the police. So I do have respect. They've got a hard job, but they do drop the ball consistently everywhere, for sure. While we're just looking at Facebook, I wanted to, hang on. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were back on YouTube. It's okay. I've only been this is my third live stream or something like that. So it's okay. It's okay, Wyoming. I'm just glad you are here. I wanted to share this. This has been shared on my Facebook page. I think it's a beautiful sentiment. And if you watch the Olympics, or if you know about the Olympics, I think she did a little scene with Paddington Bear, and there's even a really beautiful poem that someone has written. Absolutely stunning, and it makes my heart melt a little bit. So yeah, that's beautiful. If you want to see it, I've got a link to my Facebook page in the description box below. I just wanted to show one other video. I've gone a bit mad. I'm so passionate about cold cases and missing people in New Zealand and that I've spent nearly $100 on 13 ads in the last 60 days. I think I have to start being a bit careful, because I'm going to make myself really, what's the word? Not flush, anyway. Miss Enigma, the poem gave me goosebumps. Yeah, it's beautiful. Paddington sat down sadly on a green and quiet glade, and he pulled a sandwich from his little hat, made with the nicest marmalade. He had heard sad news this very day, that the Queen's life had come to an end. He cried because that day they met, she had become his bestest friend. They had shared some tea that very day when to the palace he had been invited. He remembered he could hardly speak. He was so very, very excited. He offered her his sandwich made with such love and care. She smiled at him, and with a grin she showed that little bear that inside of her handbag there was something she had made, and that she too kept a special sandwich made with the finest marmalade. He wondered if anybody else would miss her now that she had gone, and his heart was filled up to the brim when he turned his little phone on. He saw that Facebook had been flooded with her pictures, old and new, and that he himself, that little bear, was also in them too. Although today he is saddest that he has ever been, he will always lovingly remember the day he had tea with the Queen. Now I've got goosebumps. Now I've got goosebumps. That's sad as if. Dee, I bawled when I saw that earlier today. Who doesn't love Paddington Bear? I know, right? That was so beautiful. But I have got something else to do with the royals. Our last sort of look at that at the moment. So we'll take a look. So it was all go today. TheGuardian.com. Harry and Meghan joined William and Kate in greeting well wishes at Windsor Castle. I'm going to play just one moment of this for you guys. It's pretty cool. So I thought there was a article, but it looks like it's just that video. But that's pretty cool that Meghan and Harry were brought into the mix. It's poignant that it's just great that they're with William, because there was this rift between William and Harry, and now they're coming together, and I think that's just beautiful. Every link needed is in the description box below if you need to see it. Autumn, I knew Rupert better than Paddington Bear, to be honest. Rupert, I don't think I know Rupert Bear. I think that's a UK thing. I don't think it's here. All right. I'm just trying to figure what's next. I think what we'll do is just have a look and an update about Eliza Fletcher. And she is the mum or the teacher that went jogging and got picked up and murdered, sadly. And we're going to just read that and catch up on it because it's something that we've been following. So this is foxnews.com. Eliza Fletcher, Memphis funeral draws hundreds as slain mother remembered for bringing light to the world. Loved ones and hundreds of mourners from the Memphis community gathered on Saturday morning to bid a final farewell to Tennessee teacher and mother Eliza Fletcher, who was honoured for bringing light to this day in the world. Over 300 mourners were estimated to have attended funeral services held at the Second Presbyterian Church in Memphis, Tennessee, where 34-year-old Fletcher first met her husband of 8 years, Richard. Attendees waited in line to enter the building, with mourners arriving steadily over the 90 minutes preceding the ceremony. So a lot of people wanted to go, which is just beautiful. Fletcher's family arrived in 2 funeral vehicles and a large bus around 9:45 a.m. local time. The ceremony was live streamed via the church's YouTube page. So I haven't found that. I possibly could, or you guys could have a look at that. I'll put it in the description box below if I remember. Among songs and hymns performed by the church choir was This Little Light of Mine, which Fletcher was seen in heart-wrenching videos singing to her young students during the coronavirus pandemic. So she taught kindergarten, which I'm not quite sure if someone can tell me how big kindergarten or how old kindergartens are. Should we try that again? Tell me how old kids are when they are in kindergarten over there. D. Ashley said, I'm hoping Dad finally puts his foot down and squashed William's beef with Harry. Well, something's happened, hasn't it? Either he's put his foot down now that he's King Charles, or they've come to this on their own. I don't know, but it's great. It's great. Autumn Falls, my grandma was British, so I got some Rupert Bear books when I was a kid. Right. Wyoming says 6 years old. So that's pretty young. Miss Enigma, start again. Miss Enigma says 3 to 4. So definitely really young anyway. We know that. Senior Pastor Dr. George Robertson told mourners everything in the service has something to do directly with Eliza Fletcher's life. He spoke about Fletcher's, I should say Eliza, right? He spoke about Eliza's love of designing her own Nike tennis shoes and how she was very proud of those shoes, which is interesting. I didn't know you could design your own Nike shoes, but apparently you can. Very, very sad. So Eliza was running near the University of Memphis campus around 4:30 a.m. on September 2nd. She was abducted and killed, allegedly at the hands of a stranger named Cleotha Henderson. Henderson, who has a violent criminal past, has since been hit with several charges, including first-degree murder, premeditated murder, and murder and perpetration of kidnappings, in addition to other counts that include aggravated kidnapping and tampering with fabricating evidence. This guy is going to go down. I imagine he was just a shitty suspect, a shitty person. Like, he didn't know how to not leave a trace. He left himself, like, traces of himself everywhere, heaps of evidence that no one could dispute. He was a stupid criminal. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people gathered in the pre-dawn hours of Friday morning to finish Eliza's run after it was tragically cut short. So I thought that was really nice sentiment. We're out here today to honour Eliza and to finish her run, Danielle Hyman told the participants. We're just here today to run in honour of Liza, and also to show that women in the city have a right to run at 4 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock at night at any time of the day, Hyman said, and we don't have to completely cover our bodies while we run. There should be no excuse. Eliza was married mother of 2 and a descendant of the Orgel fortune. She was a junior kindergarten teacher at St Mary's Episcopal School. I don't know how to say that word. And had previously taught at the Promise Academy. An obituary released in her memory describes her as having been devoted to her work and students. And here she is. Very, very sad. But obviously a lot of people loved her. That's really horrible. Miss Enigma, disgusting human. I think attack was impulsive, like random. Yeah. It doesn't sort of say whether they think that it was random or whether he'd been watching her for a while. It doesn't really say. But I mean, she was an heiress to like a billionaire heiress. So did he know who she was and that she had lots of money, and maybe he wanted to do a ransom, but he didn't get there because he killed her? I don't know. There's lots of things that could be in play here, I guess. He drove past her and then stopped and waited for her. Yes, there's CCTV footage of her running and him taking her and putting her in the van. Very, very sad and impactful to watch. Very sad. The world was full of people, bad people. Yeah. Miss Enigma says, no, he didn't. No, he didn't what? He didn't pick her random, or he didn't like watch her and then find out she was an heiress and then kill her? Is that what you're talking about? Because I don't know. I thought that rather than just do horrible stuff, I thought we would look at something else. So I wanted just to actually take a listen or a look at this video. Just a little bit of it.
Alligator is far from a typical alligator. We'll go have fun today, huh? I got your tail. I don't want to imagine life that long.
Okay, I don't want to be struck, so I'm going to leave it at that. But we've got it here, theguardian.com, how an alligator became an emotional support animal. They said it was a midlife crisis. So we're going to look at that in a moment. He was an SO at 12. Then at 15, he abducted a lawyer and took him to the bank to withdraw money. But people heard the lawyer being noisy. He went to jail for 20 years and had been out for 3. Yes, so we know that he was an offender. He didn't know her. He passed her, stopped, grabbed her, had her in the car for 4 minutes, then left and dumped her body at an abandoned house. Shitty bastard. We should be able to say most words in here because I haven't got it monetized. So that should be right. But hey, let's read this because this is really stupid. Joseph Henney, 69, grew up on a farm in the same area of Dover, Pennsylvania he lives in now. From a young age, Henney was surrounded by a wide range of animals such as cattle, coyotes, snakes, and hogs, which makes owning a pet alligator perhaps the least surprising thing about him. But Henney's gator companion, Wally, is not an ordinary pet. He's an official emotional support animal, and one that is now somewhat famous after video of Henney and Wally walking together in Philadelphia's Love Park went viral and triggered a slew of news headlines. The story of how the pair came together is a remarkable one. 5 years ago, Henney was depressed and lonely after some of his closest friends and family members died around the same time. A fellow animal rescue friend in Florida, of course it's Florida, right, brought a baby alligator, then just 20 inches long, to Henney. Soon he was a proud new owner of a pet alligator, lovingly named Wally. I think that's funny as shit. Wyoming, alligator for an emotional support animal. Apparently, it will be interesting to keep reading and see. I mean, is he allowed to go onto planes and stuff, trains, things like that with this? What? Snowflake super high. Oh, well, you removed my friend for saying hello. Who did? I'm not quite sure. That's Enigma. So he would have been wrecking her in the car, possibly strangling her. Well, apparently the on the CCTV on the CCTV footage, you can see the van and it's there for like 4 minutes. So he's obviously doing something with her for those 4 minutes. Autumn, I'm not sure I trust an alligator. No, I don't think so. You really think so? Hey, Colin, just bloody weird. I think he's just a troll. Yeah, I'm not really fussed about it, to be honest. Go away. So he says, I lost 3 family members and 4 lifelong friends in 2 weeks. I shut down in a big, deep depression. My doctor wanted to give me antidepressant medicine and I wouldn't take it. So I went back in a month for another evaluation. And he said, what are you doing, Joe? You're doing pretty good. And he said, I'm hanging out with my alligator. Henny told stories about how he played hide and seek with Wally and how Wally would often play with Henny by pulling his blanket off him or taking his pillow. He explained to the doctor that Wally does things alligators do not do. He is constantly with me, constantly keeping my attention and making me laugh. We found that he does sense people's emotions and he tries to comfort them. He is famous for his hugs. People come from all over the world to get a hug. I just don't know if I would really want a hug from an alligator, to be honest. To Henny's surprise, his doctor was happy to help him register Wally as an emotional support animal, a designation he will have to request for renewal each year. I said, Doc, you've lost your marbles. But so far, there's been no problem with the astonishing situation. Before Wally, Henny made his living with animals too. He proudly reminisced about his bull riding days in his late teens and early 20s that led him to travel across the country to places like Calgary, Canada, and the Houston Rodeo in Texas. Well, Autumn, we're going to find out. I think it might tell us if he's allowed on the plane or not. He said, but Wally's different. He is no ordinary gator. He doesn't bite. He refuses to bite everything alive. We do not know why. It's unclear if the we he is referring to is himself and other humans or Wally. He said he expressed hesitation about owning a pet alligator. Some people tried to talk him out of it. But regardless of the competition, Henny has big plans for adventures with Wally. While he says alligators probably aren't suitable for traveling on planes, as many other support animals do. But he said we're willing to travel. I mean, there are ships, there are trains, we can drive, we can do it all, he said. So maybe not on a plane, but cars, trains, he's going to give it a shot. That's funny. If he's a registered therapy animal, does that mean he's allowed in a taxi or bus or the supermarket? Well, from what I know about emotional support animals, they're allowed to go into all those places. So I guess really he's allowed technically, but can the stores not go, hey dude, don't bring your alligator in here into my into my shop? I don't know. Oh, good question, Autumn. Is he potty trained? That's a very good question. I don't even know about alligator end stuff, other end stuff. I've never really had a look into it, to be honest, for some reason. This Enigma, if Wally makes him happy, so be it. Obviously, he's making him happy. I mean, his doctor is quite happy to register him as a service animal. I must say that the idea for this clip was at a YouTube channel that I really like called The Expert. So if you're ever over there, give them a like because they're really, really cool. If I get my dog registered, I can take her everywhere. So if it's the same. But surely like individual places can say, no, thank you. I don't want your alligator in my shop, even though it's your emotional support animal. Service animals are allowed everywhere, but emotional support. Oh, okay. Autumn, I'll say that again. Service animals are allowed everywhere, but emotional support animals aren't. Interesting. at least in Canada. I don't know the rules for anywhere else because I've never come across an alligator for a pet before. Well, I mean, not for a pet, but for a service animal, emotional support. Wyoming, sorry, I had a phone call from my mum. That's okay. You're going to talk to your mum. It's not a problem. Okay, I'm just looking at what we've got here to talk about. Let's go over and we're going to talk about this shooting in Canada, but let me have a puff on my vape because I need it. Oops. I don't know if that's great, but we'll go with that. Yeah, say hi to Mum for us. Hi, Mum. Get a shout out. Let's look at NPR.org. A gunman killed 2 people during a shooting rampage at a suburb of Vancouver, Canada. This was back on July 25th, actually. But it was interesting. Vancouver, British Columbia. A gunman who roamed for hours through a sleeping Vancouver suburb shot 4 people early Monday, 2 of them fatally, as he opened fire at a casino, a centre for the homeless, and other locations before being killed by police. This one's real sad because the people he targeted were the most vulnerable. And I kind of like that they killed him, but I kind of wanted him to survive and be held accountable for his actions as well, because they were, yeah. The attacks began in the wee hours in the bedroom community of Langley and continued until dawn, according to authorities who initially suggested that the shootings had targeted homeless people. The first shooting occurred at midnight at the casino, with more shootings at 3 a.m., 5 a.m. and 5:45 a.m., including at a residential complex that provides support for people who are transitioning out of homelessness. The other shooting scenes were a bus stop and a highway. Remember, if there's something that I really need to see from your comments, put a Z at the front, because otherwise they tend to all blend into one. Evidence of the all-night rampage was scattered around Langley, including an overturned bicycle spilling personal possessions onto a street and a shopping cart with someone's belongings. Police sent a cell phone alert to residents at 6:20 a.m. saying they were at the scene of several shootings that, quote, involving transient victims, unquote. What a horrible person to target these vulnerable people. These people are down and out and trying to make a better life for themselves, which is not easy. And then this arsehole goes and does this. Sergeant David Lee, a spokesman for homicide investigators, later told reporters that it was not yet clear if the victims were homeless. Okay, so they told us one thing and then they're going to change it. The RCMP said an emergency response team confronted the Start again. The RCMP said an emergency response team confronted the suspect not far from a highway bypass where a man was found with a gunshot to his leg. That's when I can't speak. I don't know what's happened. Let's try it again. That's when officers fatally shot the gunman. Authorities did not know the motive behind the shootings or if the shooter and his victims were acquainted. Reporters were told that the suspect's death is subject to an investigation by the IIOBC because it's too much to say. Besides the man with the leg wound, a woman was also wounded and was hospitalized in critical condition. The shootings. I know, right? Autumn, I'm not drunk, but you'd think that I am because I can't speak today. So the shootings roiled Langley, a town of 29,000, about 30 miles southeast of Vancouver. The town features a variety of shops and restaurants and boasts almost 350 acres of parks. Many residents moved to Langley for its less expensive housing and commute to Vancouver. It's the largest city in the province of British Columbia. Oh my God. I feel like I'm drunk. Colin says, what's better, rotten prison or death penalty? Oh gosh, we could go on about the death penalty, and we could like talk about it and have a whole subject and discussion about what people think of the death penalty. I think people like this deserve the death penalty, and the thing I worry about is innocent people going to the death penalty, the death chair, because it happens. There's innocent people in prison everywhere. And I would hate to think that someone was killed by the state and it was wrong. I think that would be awful. But then some people deserve it as well. Wyoming says, sounds like he just picked out random people to shoot for no reason. It's looking like that, isn't it? Most of the shootings were in downtown Langley. One reported shooting was in neighbouring Langley Township. After the shooting began, ambulances and police vehicles converged at a mall. The area was cordoned off with yellow police tape and a major intersection was closed. An unmarked police SUV at one of the shooting scenes near a bus depot had at least 7 bullet holes in the windshield and 1 through the driver's window. Mass shootings are less common in Canada than in the US. The deadliest gun rampage in Canadian history happened in 2020 when a man disguised as a police officer shot people in their homes and set fires across the province of Nova Scotia, killing 22 people. The country overhauled its gun control laws after an attacker killed 14 women himself in 1989 at Montreal's Polytechnic College. It is now illegal to possess an unregistered handgun or any kind of rapid-fire weapon in Canada. To purchase a weapon, the country also requires training, a personal risk assessment, 2 references, spousal notification, and criminal record checks, which I wanted to read that part. It's so different from the US as far as gun control goes. Awesome. I'm for the death penalty, but only when we're 100% sure that we're right. Yeah, absolutely. You have to be 100% sure. Yeah. I didn't realise there were quite that many bullet holes. The death toll could have been much worse. It could have been cops that were shot, killed by the sounds of it. That's awful. Dang it, you beat me to that. I was busy eating. Oh, what are you eating? Tell us what you're eating, Autumn Falls. I wish I'm not drunk. So Canada, you can tell the difference. Canada has all these restrictions for guns, and the US doesn't have the tightest restriction. And look at the amount of killings and shooting rampages we have in the US. Very, very different. Very different. I wanted to play something for you, guys. I've had lots of practice. I mod for 5 channels. Awesome. Roasted veggies and a thin steak. I like it. I like it a lot. I wanted to find this video, so just let me find it. You know how you have something and then you lose it and you're like, oh shit, where the hell did I put that? That's about what's happening now. So just give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Give me 10 minutes because I'm trying to find it. Most of our crime guns are illegally obtained. I'm only mod here and it's my first live back. And we're so grateful that you're here, Autumn. That sounds autumn. Okay, right. I'm trying to find, you're putting me off, guys. I'm trying to find this video that I did today. Just let me have a quick look. Where did I put it? It's terrible. Like, okay, just give me a moment. I can't find where I put it. I'm frustrated. Just give me a minute. Okay. Yeah, search that. What the fuck is going on? Okay, I'm lost. Can you tell that I'm not lost? Looks like we'll be blocking that troll constantly. Better sharpen my skills now. I didn't see. Don't know. I'm not eating potatoes by myself. Okay, whatever. Okay, next we're going to have a look. Where is this person? I didn't see him. I mean, you must have got rid of him or something because I can't see him now. Oh, hang on. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing really, to be honest. Can I block that person permanently from somewhere? I don't know. I'm going to go have a look at the next story.
In a fight over a dead rooster, and one of them facing a felony charge. Aggravated animal cruelty is a third-degree felony, meaning that he could face up to 5 years in prison. I'm Tanika Hughes.
I'm Ben Becker in for John Bachman. Actually, Jack.
Okay. I want to be careful how much I show of this because we don't want to get
Mouth to
started.
mouth, you know, or call the chicken ambulance.
Big Roo was Jason Day Felice's pet rooster. That is, until James Nix hit it with a stick.
So I'm defending myself. You know, I was feared for my safety, and the chicken, died.
Nix says the rooster attacked people.
I have not heard that because I know the neighbor here. I know him. Like, we're friends. He never said anything to me about it.
I did tell him after.
Yes, it's a rooster. We're going to talk about that. Autumn says I did, but he keeps creating different accounts. Someone has too much time on their hands, right? Awesome. Yes, they do. Yes, it's a rooster. Jennifer the Hooligan, welcome. It's great to have you here. Yes, it's a rooster. He killed a rooster and he got arrested for animal cruelty. But this guy is funny as.
The chicken hit my dad and said, "Hey man, the chicken attacked my dad." Oh, it's just a chicken. What's he gonna do? Okay, well, look.
The neighbors even disagree on how others saw Big Roo.
The kids that used to live over there, they were throwing rocks and sticks at this chicken to keep it away.
I know the kids down here, they play.
Okay, I know. A rooster, and you know what? It's Florida as well. Again, yeah, love my pets, but a rooster. I'm actually scared of chickens. I'm scared of birds. Especially chickens. So I would be shit scared of a rooster. That, yeah. Oh, I think I can block that person. I think I blocked him for 5 minutes, but I have to block him again. Florida man. Oh my God, it's funny, right? A bloody rooster of all things. Your cousin has chickens. My sister had chickens, and I swear they chased me out of the her yard. They peck and stuff. That would hurt. I don't like chickens, but this is pretty funny. And again, it was a channel called The Expert that originally played this, and so I kind of stole it from them because I thought it was a good idea. Because you need a little fun when we're talking about all these horrible cases, right? I think it's funny. Jennifer, I wanted you're here. This is our spin the wheel. At the end, we're going to spin and we're going to land on which state in the US I'm going to take a cold case from next live stream. So I think that's pretty cool. Right. Chickens are nicer than geese. Geese are hell. Yes, I have seen geese and they can be really, really mean. I even seen, I can't remember where it was, but there was a police station in Asia somewhere that had geese as guard geese, I guess, a flock of geese around the police station so that no one could escape. Funny as shit. Budgies. I don't even like birds. They're noisy. They annoy me. I don't like them. Geese are mean. Yeah, I thought D. So we can add other places to the wheel. Like we can add the UK, we can add New Zealand, we can add whatever we want, and then spin the wheel. And next live stream, that'll be the town or the place where we're going to look for cold cases, and you guys can look for cold cases as well and send me them at my email or on my Facebook page. That's how you can get hold of me. I'm not real good at like answering things straight away sometimes, but sometimes I am, so who fucking knows. My dad had a guard goose on his farm growing up. See, it's true. Geese are mean, man. Hey, D says, side note, I love chickens. Last summer, my bestie was a chicken as seen in my profile picture. That's so cute. But I don't know. Just not a chicken fan. And I don't know. Can you eat roosters? I mean, are roosters edible like chickens? Because then the dude can just eat them and it won't have been like bad. I think the guy spent like 30 hours or something in police custody because of the charge of animal cruelty. I think he hit him with a stick. And I agree wholeheartedly that he shouldn't have hit him with a stick because that is animal cruelty. But I believe that he had made complaints about the rooster before and he was just trying to get away from it because I reckon they're just mean. I'd assume they're gamier than hens. I don't know. I don't know if I've eaten a rooster before. Roosters is tough meat. So could you cook it slowly? Does it make it better? I don't know. I don't even know if I'd like to eat a rooster, really. I think that's weird. I'd go visit his owner and she would run towards my car and chase the other chickens away. That's funny as shit. Funny. It's good to have like funny things, different things. You know what I mean? We'll take another little look at it. I'm really worried about. Oh, come on, mouse. I'm really worried that my mouse isn't going. All right. Let's have a little bit more.
Played with the rooster a little bit, like would throw rocks at it and chase it.
So one day when Nick says the rooster followed him and attacked him,
What's Nick flares up, and he's doing his thing, and he's trying to jump up at me.
he was trying to get the animal away.
And I try to hit it, but the chicken's jumping up at me, and I accidentally knocked it in the head. You know, call it a lucky shot, whatever.
But when Dave Felice came home, all he saw was his rooster dead in a ditch.
I said, I'm calling JSO. I called JSO.
It's so ridiculous. I don't even know what to say about it. It's so funny. Gee, she jumps up and settled on my lap as soon as I sat down. That's kind of cute. I mean, if that's what you like. Yeah, what did you do, Wyoming? I didn't see what you did either. Did you do something wrong? Don't worry, because I do shit wrong all the time. So it's not a problem. I do have one more case that I wanted to talk about. After a deadly shooting rampage stuns Memphis, the suspect accused of live streaming attack appears in court. This is edition.cnn.com. Oh, did you, Wyoming? Oh, poor Jennifer. She's going to be so shitty when she comes back in. They were free range. I cried when she got hit by a car. Oh, that's sad. I hope she can still send her apology. Can I unblock her? I don't even know how we do that. No, I wish I could. I don't know how to unblock people. I'm not the brightest person. Oh, Jennifer, you came back. Apparently, it was an oops moment. So let's look at this. Dwayne Dunstall had aspirations of running a food truck and planned to name it EBE, inspired by the phrase he lived by, everybody eats, his friend Marcus told CNN affiliate WMC. But in the early hours of Wednesday, Tunstall was shot and killed while visiting Cash's house, becoming the first victim in a violent shooting spree that gripped the city of Memphis until the suspect was arrested later that night. The shooting rampage came just days after the body of Eliza Fletcher, a Memphis teacher who was kidnapped last Friday and murdered, was found. The string of deadly attacks across the city over the past week have elicited rage and fear from the city's leaders who say the violence is unacceptable. And they're deadly right. Thank you guys for getting those trolls out, even though I didn't kind of see them. I can trust you guys, which is awesome. Thank you so much. The shooting suspect, Ezekiel Kelly, 19, made his first appearance Friday in a Shelby County courtroom for a first-degree murder charge. Kelly has been charged in the killing of Tunstall, the first victim in the shooting spree. Authorities say the 1 a.m. shooting that left Tunstall dead set off a series of other shootings across the city, which left 3 more people dead and 3 others injured. Kelly, who was escorted by deputies into the courtroom, was shackled and wore navy jail clothes and a black face mask. He spoke briefly to address the judge's questions and did not enter a plea. Judge Massey appointed a public defender to represent him. So he's got a motion hearing on September 13th, and he's being held on no bond. Thank God for that. Additional charges are expected. The citywide search for him, also known as Zeke Huncho, prompted a shelter-in-place order for part of the city and temporary suspension of bus and trolley services in the area. So that was pretty serious if they're like suspending buses and trolley services. Officers responded to the first afternoon shooting at 4:38 p.m. and found a man in his car with multiple gunshot wounds. Minutes later, police said they found a woman at a different location with a gunshot wound to the leg. Kelly was allegedly streaming on Facebook Live when he opened fire inside a store more than an hour later. When officers arrived at the scene, they found a man who had been shot and he was taken to hospital in critical condition. This is crazy. This is crazy. According to police, officers then responded to 3 more locations where they found a man and 2 women who had been shot. The man was brought to hospital in non-critical condition, but both women died. The gunman allegedly stole an SUV from one of the women. After learning that Kelly carjacked a person and took off in the victim's Dodge Challenger, the car was spotted within minutes on I-55. After a high-speed car chase they've got here, but I think it's supposed to be high speed. See, even the professionals get it mixed up sometimes, you know. So it's okay when I do. After a high-speed car chase, he was arrested and 2 weapons were visible in the car when he was taken into custody. While the motive in the attacks is still unclear, the city of Memphis must now recover from the violent rampage on several of its community members. Tunstall's friends remember him as a young father who had ambitious dreams and a generous spirit. Memphis Mayor Jim Strickland shared his deepest sympathy for the victims and their loves and condemned the violent attacks in a statement Wednesday, arguing that they could have been preventable if not for holes in the criminal justice system. Let's have a look. I'm angry for them. I'm angry for our citizens who had to shelter in place for their own safety until the suspect was caught. This is no way for us to live and is not acceptable, he said. Now, this asshole that went on this killing rampage was released from prison in March after serving 11 months, only 11 months, of a 3-year sentence for aggravated assault. He had initially faced more serious charges in a 2020 case in Shelby County, including an attempted murder, reckless endangerment, and using a firearm with intent to commit a dangerous felony, court records show, but he only pleaded guilty to the lesser aggravated charge. So this guy should not have been able to do what he did. He had a 3-year sentence and he served 11 months. 11 months. He said if Mr. Kelly served a 3-year sentence, he would still be in prison today and 4 of our fellow citizens would still be alive, Strickland said. In a statement, the mayor urged that these evil actions show why truth in sentencing is a must, referencing a new law in Tennessee that will require those convicted of some violent crimes to carry out their full prison sentence. And so they should. Absolutely disgusting. But we know the guy that killed Eliza Fletcher, right, was on parole or something like that as well. So it's not unheard of, is it? It's even in New Zealand, we've had people kill while out on parole and stuff like that. It's everywhere. New Zealand laws are absolutely shocking. At least if you get life in prison in US, you get life. You're there for your entire life. You get life here and you have a non-parole period of 20 years or 10 years or something. It's not cool. Let's go back and see what's been happening. Trolls, stop it. I love whacking trolls. Why do they always want to live stream their shootings? I know the I'm not going to name him, but the terrorist that killed people in the mosque shooting in Christchurch a couple of years ago, he also live streamed it on Facebook Live as well. I don't know why. It is very sad. Thanks, Wyoming. I appreciate it. Sounds like Canada's system. Me too, MB here. What's MB? I don't know what MB is. I know it was. We've got some evil people in this world, and I just don't understand. Let's take a look shortly. I have a request. Can we see your cat? Well, we could, but Ronnie's not here, so unfortunately we can't. Hello, Mullet Mayhem. Good to see you. Haven't seen you for ages. Dee said it's New Brunswick. Got you. Yeah, I did start an hour early because I was bored. You started an hour earlier. I would have been here. It said 9 p.m. my time. I didn't get the notification, but I knew 9 p.m. to check in. Well, you're welcome. You have to play the replay. But yeah, thank you for coming. I'm sorry about that, Mullet. And yes, YouTube is a yes. That's right. Absolutely. Oh no, I just started an hour early. You should do subscriber mode for a couple of hours to keep trolls off. As long as you... Okay, as long as you, that was your choice. Oh, okay. I don't know if I know how to do subscriber mode, to be honest. I don't know how I'm supposed to do it. So if you have any ideas about how I'm supposed to do it, please tell me, because that would be good. Autumn Falls, I was also talking last stream about membership ideas because I've only got 2 members, so I'm not going to do anything like now. But if we get any more memberships or people joining, of course we'll have like video releases just for membership people and membership only streams and stuff like that. So we'll definitely do something, but I think I have to wait for a couple of more members because it seems silly just to do it with the 2. A guy called a Kiwi called the Squiggly Dude is the second one, which is pretty cool. It's a lovely way to support the stream. Oh, hello, Kaleidoscope. Welcome. Hello, it's good to see you. Kaleidoscope, we just looked at a couple shooting in Canada. You'll have to replay. So a couple of newbies. Quickly, I'm going to show you this. This is the wheel of crime. I don't know. The wheel of cold cases. So what I'm going to do at the end of the stream is spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, that's going to be the cold case that we feature in the next live. You guys are welcome to look at cold cases and send them to me if you find any. I think it's a great idea. Love the colors. So yeah, I think that'll be really, really cool. Wyoming, new member. Thank you so much. Woohoo! That's really, really nice. Thank you so, so much for the support because it means just the world to me. And it doesn't mean being a member. It means watching. It means liking. It means commenting. It means just, yeah, so much. So thank you so much. Yeah, you'll have to replay. We've covered a bit. It is very cool. So if we look at this, I've got 50 states of America, and I can actually go in here and I can add. So I'm going to add Canada. If you guys can think of places that you want to add, so I guess I'd put UK. And tell me what else we can add to it. I know Wyoming, but it's really nice. I like people supporting the channel, even in the littlest ways. It's really lovely. So thank you very much. If my cat Ronnie was here, we could have some fun with him, but I don't know where he is. You never know, he might show up. So let's is there any more places we should put in this wheel? Which is pretty cool. I can change the colors and everything, but I thought these ones look nice. And I can shuffle them, which is pretty cool. I've been playing with this all morning. I wanted to actually just touch on something. Today, here in New Zealand, it is September 11th. And the anniversary of September 11th. And I wanted to acknowledge that for the people in the US that come to my channel. I have made a video which I'm trying to put up later. I'll put it up and release it. I know it's tomorrow for you guys or later, but yeah. She moved. I have seen this one. Okay, I don't know how to actually copy that. Like, I've got no way of pasting that. Can you send it to my email, nzmissing@gmail.com? Massachusetts should be on there. Yes, it should be. Yes, there it is, Massachusetts. Loud Grape says, hurry up and get a soul. And I say, hurry up and fuck off. Really? Trying to think. Could be worth talking about. Yeah. Send it to my email and I can have a look. Autumn, it's still the 10th here, but I'll be doing some remembrance myself tomorrow. Such a life-changing event for me. Oh, Autumn, I'm thinking of you guys on the 11th. And I will release that video when I find it because I can't remember where I put it. But yeah. It not only has the Queen passed for all of us in the Commonwealth, but September 11th is a huge deal as well. Okay, what else can we put in here? So put in, I copy and pasted the 50 states. So I'm hoping that they actually include them all. But I think they do. There's a lot of states that I don't even know. It's funny. Crazy. Oh my friggin' house. We whacked the troll. That's what I like to hear. I'm from Boston, so it hits me like it was yesterday every year. I'm so sorry, Jennifer. Yeah, I mean, for some it doesn't get any easier, does it? I guess. It's hard for us in New Zealand to understand. I mean, we can understand the enormity of the event and the thousands and thousands of people who lost their lives and the families, the thousands of families that lost loved ones. That hits home. Absolutely hits home. Absolutely. Autumn says, I was only 12, but I was old enough to wonder why and try to understand it. I don't know if there's any understanding. I don't know how you'd try and understand it. Okay, I'm looking in my email. Is it in my email or is it on my Facebook page? Autumn? Because it's not in my email. Yes, many lives lost. Just give me a minute here. I'm just going to let you look at that for a second while I look for this damn video that I made. Can't believe I can't remember where I put it. Oh, no, I can believe that, actually. Let me see. Put off then. Downloads. Oh, I didn't put it in there. Didn't put it in there. Did I put it in here? No, I didn't put it in there. Where on earth would I have put it? Okay. I can't find it, so it'll have to be when I've stopped the stream. Because I cannot find it. Email. nzmissing@gmail.com. Is it in the spam? Let me see. No, I don't see it there. It may still come in. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's have a look at this. Thank you. Yes, Jennifer, very sad day. Days after. My dad was in New York that day. Thank God he made it out. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, ncmissing@gmail.com or through the Facebook page. You can reach me through there. So let's take a look at what I've just been sent and have a look. ctvnews.ca. She moved to the US with big dreams and met a boyfriend on Craigslist. Then she vanished. Irene last WhatsApp video call with her parents was filled with gentle ribbing, but beneath the banter were hints that something was off. When her face appeared on the phone screen, her dad teased her that she looked hungry and tired. Her smile was more subdued. He noted her short hair, usually braided, was rumpled. Make sure you drink hot milk and relax, her dad said from his living room in Kenya. That was February 24, the last time anyone in her family saw her. Hang on. A month later, less than 3 years after she left Kenya for the United States, her family reported her missing. At the time of the February video call, her parents were not aware she was living in Gillette, Wyoming, with a man she'd met on a Craigslist dating forum. They also had no way of knowing that police would later accuse the man of removing money from her checking account, maxing out her credit card, and deleting her email account. And they never imagined 6 months would go by without a word from her. She's always been a daddy's girl, said her father, Francis Cambo, in a recent phone interview from Nairobi. He took a deep breath as he recalled that last video call with his only daughter and youngest of his 3 children. He said she was supposed to come home for Christmas this year. I was going to buy that ticket for myself for her to come if she couldn't afford it. Now, I don't know if I'll ever see her again. So her worried family spans 2 continents, 9,000 miles apart. Her parents live in Nairobi. Her father started worrying in late February when she did not respond to repeated video calls. This was unusual for the 32-year-old who spoke to her parents about every other day. So they're obviously quite close. Her written messages sounded odd, her family said. Instead of the mix of Swahili and Kenyan slang she uses, the messages were in stilted English, like someone was using Google Translate to send them. The text would be out of place, her father said. In early March, between the last video call and the day she was reported missing, her parents received some short WhatsApp messages from her account. Some made excuses for why she wasn't doing video calls. Okay, hang on. It bothers you? I know a lot of people that have successfully dated and even married online, but it's cases like this that make it questionable. I've heard a lot of people that have successfully done it as well. Only 68 miles from you, Wyoming, so this is quite close. So one of the messages was, Dad, I dropped my phone in the water and now the microphone doesn't work. Another one said, I just want you to know I love and miss you, Mum. We miss you. We want to see you, not just chat on WhatsApp, her father responded. We love you always. You will be my daughter forever. The last WhatsApp message came on March 9th. The 3 siblings share a cell phone family plan. After her brothers could not reach her, they looked through her phone records and called a close friend she'd talked to numerous times. That's how they found out she'd been living with her boyfriend, Nathan Heitman, 39, in a modest 3-bedroom house in Gillette. The couple had dated since 2020, but had broken up several times. Her brothers thought they'd parted ways and were not aware they'd rekindled their romance and moved in together. Her brothers reported her missing to the PD on March 20, and officer talked to Heitman the same day, according to an affidavit of probable cause in a related separate criminal case against her boyfriend. Heitman told the police officer he last saw her in late February. when she came home one night, packed her clothing in 2 plastic bags and left in a dark-coloured SUV, the affidavit said. He told police he hadn't heard from her since. He also said he withdrew money from her bank account so she would be forced to contact him if she needed money. Really? What the hell excuse is that? What the hell? My aunt met her husband online. Yeah, it happens, absolutely. I know 2 doctors both married me and they met on eHarmony. That's nice. I don't think I'd move far away to live with a boyfriend, though. That's too iffy. But some people fall in love really, really quickly, and it works for them. Some people fall in love straight away. They think that this person's great, and it works. Oh gosh, that's not the same as Craigslist. That's what we had in between real sites. Craigslist, I thought, there's a lot of shit that happens on Craigslist. I met my husband on Craigslist, so I speak from real experience. Interesting. See, it worked for Mullet. He does sound like a real piece of work. Heitmans did not respond to the brothers' request to hand over her stuff in their home. They implored him to give them her documents, including her Kenyan passport, but he declined. Heitman is considered a person of interest in her disappearance and has not made himself available to detectives looking to resolve questions that exist. So I guess it's a bit of a red flag that he's not even wanting to talk to law enforcement at all. Very big red flag. Police said, we believe he has information pertaining to the disappearance of Irene, but he has elected not to provide that information to law enforcement at the time. CNN also made repeated attempts to reach him via phone, text, or email, but he has not responded. He has not been charged in her disappearance. But is a suspect in financial crimes against her after she went missing. He was arrested in May and charged with 2 felony counts of theft, 1 felony count of unlawful use of a credit card, and 2 felony counts of crimes against intellectual property for allegedly changing her banking account password and deleting her email account after she vanished. He's an asshole. Between February and March, he transferred nearly $3,700 from Irene's bank account to his own and spent an additional $3,230 on her credit card. That's what court documents alleged. He also changed her banking passwords, deleted her Gmail account, and all the changes were made from an IP address associated with Heitman. He's pleaded not guilty to all charges and was released on a $10,000 bond. His pre-trial conference is scheduled for November. Just another case. There's just cases everywhere, right? That's not even a believable lie, right? Autumn says, I never use Craigslist. Sometimes I use, what's that? But I don't know if they have a dating portion. Oh, I'll tell you guys what I did do today is I went into Discord and I made a Discord room or account or whatever. In the description box below, I've put the Discord link. And if you guys want to join and chat between each other, and I can pop in and chat as well, I guess that's how it works. That'll be cool. Iona says, I have to ask my friend about her case. She works as an advocate for missing persons' families here. Oh, it would be great to hear from her. See what cases she's got around in that, what she's looking at. I can't believe I talked for an hour and 20 minutes, I tell you that. All right. Let's look at this. Okay, I'm going to shuffle and we're going to click spin and find out what cases, what town, what country, what place we're going to look at. Oh, New Jersey is the winner today. Thank you. So next time I do a live stream, which I don't know when, because I just don't know when. It might be later tonight. Who knows? But yeah, I'm going to have to look up cold cases from New Jersey for my next live. If you guys want to look into cold cases in New Jersey, that's cool to send me the information. Wyoming, she's helping Devontae Richards' case. Nice. I don't even know if I've heard that. Mullet says, Craigslist is a cesspool. I didn't mean for any of that to come across as sweet. It's awful, but before eHarmony and Match.com, just another chat room. Oh, thank you, Kaleidoscope. You found it. Yeah. I'm not quite sure how Discord works, but I'm definitely going to give it a shot anyway. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming along. I'm not a professional at these live streams, but I certainly try. And like I said, oh, it says someone's joined the Discord channel. Awesome. So I might pop into Discord for a little while and chat to whoever's there, but hop off the live stream because I'm getting like cotton mouth and mouth mush. And when I get those, I know it's a good time to leave. So I want to thank you guys for being here. I've really had fun. Thank you to the members. You're amazing. Thank you for the mods. You're amazing. Thank you for commenting, for liking, all that stuff. I will find the video about September 11th and I will post that. And Devontae, I'll have a wee look at that case too, Wyoming, since I haven't heard of it. Autumn says, time for me to run to the store. Absolutely. Thanks, Autumn Falls. Oh, Jennifer says, Jeanette De Palma. I'm writing that down. De Palma. Oh, someone else has joined. I don't know if like you get trolls and then you have to get rid of them. I don't know. Have a great night. Thank you, Jennifer. You too. Oh, no, I don't want to know about Kanye West. I'm not a fan. Oh, thank you, Kaleidoscope. I appreciate that. All right, guys, I will see you next time. And thank you so much. I love you all. I appreciate you all. See you in Discord.